Gone is the trusty Toyota Auris, but in its place is this, the new Toyota Corolla hatch. It's essentially an Auris, but we've dropped the Auris name, and on its backside is stuck the Corolla name, which is not a bad name to have. Think about it, Corolla, synonymous with reliability, practicality, and even if somewhat bland. Now, in its 12th generation, we get to experience this Corolla hatch. It's up against some stiff competition. Think Ford Focus and Volkswagen Golf. But with two badges on the back, namely Toyota and Corolla, I think it's going to give this segment a good go. I'm so happy to announce that it is in no way as bland as its sedan sibling. It's rather edgy, in fact. It conjures up all those PR terms such as aggressive and athletic and sporty. But for once, those terms actually ring quite true when you look at this car. The overall length of this model has been increased by 40 millimeters, contained within its longer wheelbase. The front end sees the upper grille housing new all-LED lamp clusters with integral daytime running lights. The trapezoidal lower grille has a new mesh design, and just looking at it from this angle, and actually from every angle, you see just how angular it is. Only the rear sees a more rounded shape. And in case you were wondering, all Corolla hatchback models feature a roof spoiler and shark fin antenna. It's all very Toyota in here. It's not maybe as edgy as the outside, but it's certainly practical Toyota. It's very modern. The materials used are of great quality. The stitching along this dashboard is such a nice touch. This is on the top of the range XR trim. You can opt for the mid-range XS, but they've got things like a knob instead of the touchscreen buttons, which drive me mad. I just think that goes to Toyota's practical side. Standard spec, even on the XS, is pretty generous with dual zone climate control, smart entry, cruise control, power operated heated exterior mirrors, a reverse camera, to name but a few. If you're still not satisfied with all of that, the XR adds sport front seats in leather and Alcantara combination, heated seats, power adjustable driver lumbar support, and blind spot monitoring. Vehicle stability control is standard, as is all the fun acronyms like ABS, EBD, brake assist, and ISOFIX anchorage points. A downfall of the Corolla hatch is possibly space. I'm only 164 centimeters, which is not very tall, I realize, and I'm sitting behind myself, and there isn't much legroom here. There isn't a lot of headroom, considering I'm not exactly that tall. The other thing is that although you get a full-size spare, you're only getting 217 litres worth of boot space, which is quite a lot less than some of its competitors, which might turn customers away. So under the bonnet, you've got a 1.2-litre turbocharged petrol engine. It's the same engine that you'll find in the Toyota CHR. Fantastic engine. It's got 85 kilowatts of power and 185 newton meters of torque. It's mated to a 6-speed manual transmission, or you can opt for the CVT, which is what I'm driving at the moment. This engine, for me, is sort of the reason we love small turbocharged engines. Sort of that's how good it is. And Corolla's never been about performance. Do you know, it's about the comfort and the ride, and Toyota have nailed that with this car. The ride quality is fantastic. It feels very solid, and if I can compare it, dare I, but that's, actually what we do, is its rival, the Volkswagen Golf, pretty popular car, wouldn't you say? This reminds me of that, this ride, this drive, that solid feel. It's probably the closest that I've ever gotten to the segment's benchmark, which says a lot about this car. At a starting point of 336,800 Rand for the XS manual variant, it is sitting around the same as that of the Golf TSI 81 kilowatt comfort line, but you can expect more spec in the Corolla. In fact, if you wanted to spec the Golf to match the Corolla, you would have to add over 8,000 Rand easily to that price tag. At 367,100 Rand for the top of the range XR CVT, it's about 20,000 Rand more than that of the 1.5 EcoBoost Auto Focus. But bear in mind that that's the outgoing model. I can say for certain that this is the best Corolla that I've ever seen and in fact driven. Now, like I said, it's coming into a very tough segment. But there are very few cars that come in and give the leaders a real good run for their money. And that's not even because it's leaning on such strong names such as Toyota and Corolla. It's because this car is as good as you would hope it to be.